Hello and welcome to another episode of British Carping. Today I brought you to one of my favourite commercial waters, Lower Park Fishery, located in Visi Redditch. I'm currently standing on peg 12 on Park, and today I brought you just to do a little review and a little test run of a new pole that I've just recently bought, and that is the Drennan Acolyte Carp. So I brought you on Park. It is one of the easier waters on the complex. I've just brought you on here just to have a few bites and put the pole through its paces basically, and have a good test run on the pole. Mixed species in here, mainly F1s and carp, but you do have your silvers and stuff like that. The carp do run up to 15 pounds. You can have some big carp down the edge. So I'm going to start fishing shallow, try and catch as many F1s, try and kind of test out the balance of the pole and the response to, you know, south hook and fish in the shallow layers of the water. And I'm really going to put it through its paces down the edge and test the strength of the pole. I've heard it's a very well balanced pole, and it's an extremely strong pole as well. So yeah, I'm going to set the gear up now, get fishing. I might explain the rigs and the bait I'm using a little bit more in depth in the video, but as I said, it is more of a review, and I am going to mostly be putting the pole through its paces and kind of mostly talking about the pole in this video. So yeah, let's get the gear out and get sorted.
Looking for you up in the stars, while I have kept you in my heart. Life is worth living. Oh, and you give me all your loving, and our love is a chain reaction. It comes in spurts, so let's keep this moving. Leave all the fears that you have behind, and we'll break every curse, put it on the line. Can't stop fighting for you, 'cause all I know is I'll go anywhere that you wanna go. 'Cause life is worth living. Oh, and you give me all your loving, and our love is a chain reaction. It comes in spurts, so let's keep this moving.
Right then, so the fishing's a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be today, but I managed to fish shallow so far, 2 F1s, about a pound each. Just going to get ready for the next ship out. At the moment, I'm extremely pleased with the pole. It's very well balanced. With a pole, it's not all about being light, it's not all about being strong, it's not all about being heavy, it's all about the right balance. You want all those elements to balance together, and the pole is light, but it's very stiff and very responsive at, I'm fishing at 13 meters at the moment. Now you might be wondering, why haven't you, if you're fishing at 30 meter, why isn't the 13 meter section attached to the pole? With Drennan, the pole is cut back to exactly the right length, So in theory, if I match this to any other 13 metre pole, it would actually match up to the same length, because it's cut back to exactly 30 metres. With other poles, you actually have to cut it back by about half a metre to a metre, you know, to fit your elastics and to get it to the length of your cupping kit. So you're actually taking about half a metre to a metre off your pole. So if I actually measured it up with another company's pole at 30 metres, it'd actually be exactly the same length. At 30 metre with this pole, when you put the 30 metre section, in theory you're actually fishing at 40.5 metres. It's a little bit strange and a little bit confusing, because at 40, when you're fishing this pole at 40.5 metres, you're actually fishing it at 40.5 metres. With other poles, because you have to cut it back, it's not actually that length. So in theory, 40.5 metre on this pole is actually 16 metre. That's why I recommend only buying it at 40.5 metre, because if you measure it up to other poles, it's 16 metres. So yeah, very pleased with it so far. It's very responsive, very well balanced at that 30 metre length. I'm going to try and catch another few fish now. I'm going to try and get up to the 30 F1 mark shallow, and then I'm going to go straight down the edge and just try and, you know, really put the pole through its paces and see how strong this pole really is. So yeah, I'm going to get back to shallow fishing now, try and catch a few more fish. Right then, so I've had about 60 pound fishing shallow, had a couple down the edge already, and also I've had a few on the deck as well over my shallow line, because I think I had 15 F1s on my shallow line, and then it just went completely funny and just completely went dead. I couldn't get a bite, so I plumbed up a bottom line to go over it, fed a couple of pellets so they got to the bottom, and I think I've had about 10 F1s off that now. But I've absolutely got them into a frenzy down the edge, so I'm really going to put this pole through its paces now. And I know it's well balanced, I know it's very responsive, fishing long on the deck or shallow, but I want to see how strong it is down the edge. So yeah, let's put it through its paces. Probably will catch a few F1s down the edge because I'm fishing pellet. It's just how it goes sometimes. That didn't take long at all. This is an F1, but just shows how many fish are in the swim. And how the fishing's been today, it's been ridiculous. It's been a very good day to test the pole, to be fair. I was a bit disappointed I couldn't catch more shallow, but such is life. I went over to the deck and I've got a very good bottom bait line now. Yeah, I would probably recommend the Acolyte Carp. What I would personally recommend, if you're going to buy an Acolyte Carp, obviously get the 40.5 metre. You can go for the 16, but just be aware it's actually a lot long, you know, it's more like 16.5, 17 metres, so it is going to be rather heavy at 16 metre. I would personally recommend getting a 40.5 metre, which is in true length 16 metre. So be aware it will be a little bit heavier at 40.5 metre than normal 40.5 metre poles, but just remember you're fishing at 16. And also recommend, instead of buying extra top kits, to buy the margin pole. For £250, you're getting 3 extra top kits, which are 80 quid a piece anyway, that fit directly onto the pole. So you're looking at 200 odd quid right there. And then you're getting an extra number 4, an extra number 5 and an extra number 6 section if you ever bust one in your main pole. So if you're ever going to go for a 14.5 metre Acolyte, which I thoroughly recommend, it's an absolutely lovely pole, very strong, very well balanced. You can use it for silver fishing, carp fishing. It's a very good all-round pole for commercial fishing, or if you want to, natural venues as well. I'll thoroughly recommend it. I would say get the margin pole as well, so you've got extra kits and sections. So I'm going to continue putting this pole through its paces. I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for the next one. If you do like reviews and you'd like this review video, let me know, and I'll continue to do a few more on the other gear I've got as well. Yeah, let's try and catch a couple more fish.